Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today, well, coming soon is going to be the AJ Styles versus Ilya Dragunov, and big ol' Grand Cat still doesn't know which one to go for. I really need the right arrow for AJ Styles, that would help out with campaign mode tremendously, but I really like the image of the Ilya Dragunov. Now, I believe this is also the first time we've seen the men's new updated United States Championship. We have seen the women's one, it's on Zelina Vega. But I think this is also the first time we've seen the Raw Men's Tag Team Championship on AJ Styles' shoulder. So both of these are really, really new, and I am honestly torn between which one that I prefer. AJ Styles, we know, is retiring some point next year, so I'm kind of leaning towards him, but also Ilya Dragunov is new, and he's been doing such phenomenal work with the United States Championship. I really don't know. This is 50-50. I think this is going to be one of the closest PCCs we've ever had. A lot of PCCs you can tell ahead of time easily who's winning, but this one is very, very difficult, especially since they're both title images as well. So we've got our daily things that we need to do today. So let's go over here. There is still no free packs, which is abysmal. Let's take a look at our reward mania. Let's see what is currently available now. So that one's only a Liv Morgan rear plate and Stephanie Vacour Olive Void. The next one is all just ignition cards. So I'm keeping hold of my my little stubs here, my coupons, until something better comes up. And looks like some of our fusions are done. Let's see what we've got here. This one still has 2 hours left to go, so that's not quite as bad. We finally got the Sami Zayn. That's the one that we were waiting for. That was the very, very last one that we needed. And if we take a look here, I think Sami Zayn was the last one that we actually needed. I mean, we could get the pro stars of a few of these, but I'm going to keep hold of the rest of my little bronze tokens, because now that we've got that Sami Zayn, that's all we needed. And the only one of this we need is this one freaking Brock Lesnar. It's an absolute refusal to give it to us. Hopefully we get that soon. Okay, well that was good. Let's start off by playing Crack the Case. Normally we do this at the end, but let's start off with it. So we're going to go 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 3 is correct and it's in the right place. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, there's a 5 and a 6, but they're in the wrong place. So let's go 8, 9, and we'll put the 6 here and the 5 here. Okay, so we know where the 3 and the 5 are. And we know that the 8 and the 6 are the wrong way around. So this one has to be the 8, this one has to be the 6. Wonderful. Whole bunch of Void and Ignition cards. And oh, the watch party for Saturday Night Main Event has came up. Okay, we're going to have to make a video on that one. That's going to be very, very cool for John Cena's final match, which is going to be, of course, Gunther versus John Cena. And it's going to be a case of, can Gunther tap out the man who says to never give up, John Cena, in his final match? That will certainly be very, very interesting. It would be a very interesting ending to John Cena's career if that were to happen. If we take a look here at Super Showdown, we have been doing a tremendous amount here. We are slowly approaching the Soul Rukas. I'm going to try and get it finished within the next 6 days and 22 hours to get that Soul Ruka image. And we've got some more freebies that we need to do here today, which is Lights Out and Blocker Buster. We've also done the daily streak, so let's go ahead and grab that. Whoa! Now, there was a tremendous problem with the daily streak that it just kept saying network error, come back later, network error, come back later. And it seems like we've been given a lot of these. Are they all rarity draft picks? Alright, so there's something seriously wrong with the WWE Supercard website at the moment, and I'm not even sure if it will give me all of these or if it will just give me one rarity draft pick, but we shall see. Because you can see that I was actually a little bit late in doing today's video. It's 8:47 now. From about 8:05 until about 8:40, I was trying to get the daily streak to work, and it kept kicking me out and throwing me back to the main website. And then I was trying to log in via WWE Supercard. It was absolutely in refusal. I was trying to type in the ID code. That was in refusal. So let's see if it's given us them. We do indeed have 6 rarity draft picks. Wow. So that certainly seems like a problem with WWE Supercard's website. Let's, well, make advantage of it. I'm definitely not going to take any more, but it seems that you might be able to get additional daily streak rewards here today, which you shouldn't take advantage of. Literally, I didn't expect to see these. I was expecting to see one of them, but we're here now, and I don't think I can realistically give them back. Thankfully, it's only a rarity draft pick, and you might be free to get some yourself. Okay, we got absolutely nothing from them, so that was a massive waste of time. But if anyone else was having problems with the WWE Supercard website today, let me know in the comment section. I am very, very interested in hearing if other people had the same issues that I did. I think we can go ahead and dust all of this. I don't think we need anything here. I'm going to keep the Miss Elizabeth purely for using in the Naughty or Nice. But even if I had pulled some adventure cards there, I think I would probably have dusted them, just because I don't think I was supposed to have those rarity draft picks. So I will take one of those rarity draft picks there, but the rest of it, I don't really agree with taking advantage of a scenario like that. I mean, I wasn't even sure if it was going to give me multiple rarity draft picks or if it was just going to give me the same one rarity draft pick. So if anyone's out there that does want to take advantage of that, I think that might be available, but it's not something that I would recommend, and it's certainly not something that I endorse. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look over here. We have our Lights Out, we have our Blocker Buster, and I think that's it. We're going to do Blocker Buster first because it's nicer than Lights Out. I think we might need to spend some credits in Lights Out because it is what's gatekeeping us away from getting the JBL and the CM Punk and getting the rest of the rewards. So we might need to do some work there. Oh my goodness, we have a 3. Let's go for this here. Okay, there was nothing there. Okay, we found the gold belt and it's going across the way. I think I'm going to use a depth boost here. Okay, so we've got no idea where the silver belt is, so we're just going to take the gold belt and we're going to be happy with that. And we're going to go ahead and claim an exit there. Oh, we got an adventure card. We got another adventure clothing present, which is awesome. So that is very, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and lock that down. The rest of it, I don't think we particularly need. Now let's do our lights out. And unfortunately for our lights out, we need to complete these columns because that's what gives us the bonus chance of getting these two things. So let's go ahead and try it. There is literally nothing that we can do other than pure luck. Apparently going around the sides gives you a slightly higher chance of pulling cards. We're still getting some waiting on network errors. I think there's maybe something going on with the WWE Supercard servers at the moment, because I've not seen them act up like this before. Oh cool, we've got one column. That was good. Just from going around the outside. Okay, we are going to continue, unfortunately. Okay, it's 100 credits for the first one to get 5 more picks. And now it's 200, so that's us spent 300 now for 5 more picks. This is 650 credits. Okay, that's the second column. So we were at 650. This is now 1,150 credits that it's costing us. And then it's 750, so that was 1,150, so that's 1,200, 1,900 credits is how much it costs. So basically 2,000 credits. And then these last two should be the John Cena and the Dominic Mysterio. Okay, let's go ahead and screenshot that one. Congratulations, you won. Don't forget to use your last few picks. What last few picks? Those were literally the last 2 picks. Okay, so we've got 12 packs here. I really hope that wasn't the big mega pack that we started off with there, because we got almost nothing from it. We got 40 credits back from the 1,900 credits that we spent. Okay, we got another 20 credits back. What we really need to see is some of these adventure, either the Christmas toys or the Christmas clothing. The prize t-shirt might not be so bad for us. That might be useful. We're now halfway through the packs. We still haven't really gotten anything. Even the prize WWE Universe doesn't really help us that much. So this is pack number 10. This is the one that has all of the old school cards that we just do not need. Pack number 11. Pack number 11 is also garbage, so I'm really hoping it's pack number 12 that has all the special stuff in it. I have said it before, and I will say it again, Lights Out is the worst mode in the game. Literally, I don't think it's even possible to complete it without spending credits. If anyone has ever completed Lights Out without spending credits, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm not convinced it's even possible. But nothing, not a single thing that was worthwhile in here. I think we maybe got a prize t-shirt. There's a prize Undisputed Championship, which we don't really need. There's a prize WWE Universe, which we don't really need. We got 140 credits back for the 1,900 that we spent. So overall, we spent 1,760. We got 250 super coins. We got a prize t-shirt. And I think this is the only thing from here that was actually worthwhile. If anyone from WWE Supercard is watching this video, please, I implore you, get rid of Lights Out. It's a terrible, terrible thing. There's no skill involved. It's not entertaining. The rewards are horrible. It costs way too much. And I really hate that you're forcing it upon us to get these supports that are keeping us from getting the JBL and the CM Punk, and that even with spending the full amount, the 1,900 credits, in order to finish it off, you can still pull absolutely nothing. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. I mean, there was supposed to be a 20% chance of getting the Roxanne Perez. Didn't see that at all. There's supposed to be a 1% chance there. It's supposed to be a 2% chance. 3% chance. 5% chance. It's supposed to be a 5% chance at one of these. We didn't see that. It's supposed to be a 10% chance. We didn't see that. It's supposed to be a 15% chance. Didn't see that. 20% chance. Again, didn't see that either. But we got all of these that are garbage. And look, I'm now up to 554, my 500 spaces, because it's just been filled with all of this crap. I think all we can do here is realistically dust that, but we're going to go ahead and combine. So, I mean, we got the clothing present for free. I mean, we spent 100 credits. But, I mean, it was essentially free from Blockbuster, but we couldn't get anything from playing Lights Out. I think it's just a warning to everyone out there to just ignore Blockbuster, or just ignore, no, Blockbuster is fine. Blockbuster is great, but Lights Out is atrocious. It's really, really bad. I'm really, really not a fan of Lights Out. Like, I will defend WWE Supercard when it's good, I think this has been a really good season. There's a lot of people that have been disagreeing. I think that Adventure Tiers went by a little bit too fast. I would like Adventure Tier to last a little bit longer. But Lights Out is terrible. It's atrocious. It's really, really horrible. I mean, the fact that you can even spend that much money and not get anything from it is real bad. And I'm sure there'll be people out there saying, well, you don't need to spend the credits. You know, you did that on yourself. You know, you did that by yourself. And yes, that's true. But if I didn't, then how do I progress in Naughty or Nice? Or am I just supposed to give up on playing Naughty or Nice? You know, it's like, what do you want me to do? We're just going to go ahead and dust all them as well. We don't need them. Give us another rare to draft pick. Okay, we've got a reset. Another Cruz del Toro. I've also been told that apparently you can get one limited edition John Cena and one John Cena's towel per account on the Rarity Draft board. So that is something to keep an eye out for. Let's go ahead and play our Naughty or Nice then. So we've got 3 of these to do. We're only doing the Naughty side because we've got the ×2 multiplier for it. We'll go ahead and use this. And we want to get the 500, the 300, and the 250. That gives us the maximum 7,350 points. And we're going to do that 2 more times. And you can see by the rewards here that we're past this 150,000. We would have this JBL if we could get this clothing present from Lights Out. And on the nice side, we are past the CM Punk, which we would get if we could get this toys present from Lights Out as well. So essentially I was paying the 1900 credits to try and get those parts unlocked so that I can get through the rest of this, and the game's just, nope, it's in refusal. I really, really feel like Lights Out is something that cheats you, and it's not just in this tier. Look back at all my other Lights Out videos, you will see that I've got the same level of disdain for it. I'm not sure I've ever got anything decent from Lights Out either. And if I have, it's very, very rare. Whereas all the other modes, you know, the other modes, they're fun to play, they're enjoyable, they give you decent rewards, they've got decent payouts, they don't cost 2,000 credits to complete either. And it's not just pure luck based. So I would be very happy to never have to see Lights Out again. Games like Lights Out make me question myself and say, why am I spending money on this game? Why am I putting money in to get credits when I'm not getting anything for it? And I think at any point when you start feeling that way, that's when there's a problem. Because there certainly feels like there's a disconnect between, maybe not all players, maybe it's just me, but certainly it feels like there's a disconnect between me and Supercard. And the thing is, if I didn't spend the credits, I would have felt like maybe if I spent the credits, I would have got the prizes. But I literally spent the maximum amount of credits, the maximum amount of money, and got nothing for it. Also, I hate that this is the exact same stat that we've already got over here. And the thing is, like, you don't need two of them. You cannot even use two of them together, or one after the other. So, what is the point of giving us the exact same one, the exact same stat as well? I really feel like this should have been toughness. I mean, this one, at least it's speed. So we've got one for power, one for speed, and we have two for charisma, but we have none for toughness. It feels like this is a mistake by WWE Supercard. In fact, I would dare say that this feels rushed. That's what it feels like. If you want my honest opinion, I feel disappointed. How much does it cost to play Lights Out again? Another 500. So if I wanted to take another chance at it and to complete it again, it'd be another 2,400 credits. How much does 2,400 credits cost? 2,600 credits is £14.89. So you are essentially paying just under £15 to get a chance at getting the rewards to allow you to progress. And I'm sure, like, I'm trying to foresee the comments. You guys are probably saying, but Lights Out will be around for, you know, the entirety of Naughty or Nice. Will be around for the next 26 days. You know, you can play it for free every single time and then just see if you get lucky. But if you want to progress, if you want to try and get the CM Punk, or if you want to get the JBL, while they're still useful, and there is only 5 days and 22 hours left of Adventure Tier. So if you get it in 5 days and 21 hours, you're going to have that JBL, that CM Punk, for an hour. So if you want to make any use out of it, you kind of want them for a couple of days at least. And this doesn't even give you a pro, it just gives you one of it. And then we're getting a new tier. And then almost immediately after that new tier, we should be getting the Royal Rumble tier. Because we know that the Royal Rumble is happening in January, and there's always been a Royal Rumble tier, so I don't think they're going to stop that tradition now. Overall, I'm quite disappointed in WWE Supercard, purely for Lights Out. I don't know what they can do to fix it. I would like them to just get rid of Lights Out. I like Blocker Buster. I like the Foley's Files. I like a whole bunch of the other games. You've seen me spend money on them. You've seen me spending credits, you know, trying to complete through these things. But I really hate spending money on Lights Out. It also costs so much as well. And I don't think it's fair. It's really not fair on the free-to-play players. And there's a lot of free-to-play players. Like, see if instead of you could spend 100 credits to continue, or you could watch an ad, that would be good. And then, you know, you could spend 250, or you can watch 2 ads. Or you could spend 500 credits where you could watch 3 ads or 5 ads. Something like that would be better. But making someone waste their credits to complete Lights Out, you know, if you're going in with the intention of, okay, I'm going to try and complete Lights Out so that I can get these rewards, so that I can try and get these things that I need to progress to continue playing the game, because I'm locked out of the rest of the prizes until I get either of these. I don't really need the Tatum Paxley. Or the Roxanne Perez, sorry. I don't know why I said Tatum Paxley. I was thinking of the limited edition Tatum Paxley. I don't really need the Roxanne Perez. You know, I could do without her. It would be nice to have, but it's not required. But it's not just keeping us out of the JBL and the CM Punk. It's keeping us out of the rest of these rewards, because you won't be able to get any of these other rewards until you get this. You won't be able to get any of the rest of the nice rewards until you get this. So it's a way of locking you out of prizes that I would say that you've earned. If you have put in the effort to get all of these naughty and nice tokens, you've been sacrificing your prize, adventurer, ignition, void supports so that you can get your points up to the specific points that it asks you to get to. I would say that you really shouldn't be locked out of it until you get one of these. I think Lights Out shouldn't be a requirement. I think that Lights Out should be something that you can do if you want to, and I really don't want to. So I'm really, really not happy about this. You might have been able to tell. Maybe it seems obvious. But I really, really don't want to spend any money on Lights Out again, because even though, like, they present it as, oh, you've got such good chances, you know, like, you have a 20% chance here, you've got, you know, an additional 1, 2, 3% chance, then 5% chance, and then you've also got the 5% chance here, you've got a 10% chance, you've got a 15% chance, you've got a 20% chance, but none of those add up. You know, it's not 20 plus 15 plus 10 plus 5. No, it's you've got a 20% chance. You've got a 1 in 5 chance. And 1 in 5 chances, 1 in 5 odds are not that big, if I am completely honest. If you roll a 10-sided dice, you get the reward if you get a 9 or a 10. If you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, you get nothing. And for the 10% chance, you roll that 10-sided dice, and unless you get a 10, you get nothing. If you roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you get nothing. And if it's a 5% chance, you need to roll a 20-sided dice, and you need to hit a 20 in order to get that. And for the 1% chance, well, you need to find a 100-sided dice, and you need to roll a 100 in order to get that reward. So these rewards, the percentages chances, are not good. It costs far too much. If there was a pack that said 1,900 credits, you get a 20% chance at the prize, I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't buy it, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone either. And that's exactly what Lights Out is. My voice is starting to go. But that's very, very disappointing. I'm really, really not happy about Lights Out. I love Blockerbuster. You can tell I love Blockerbuster. I will be happy to pay credits to get Blockbuster. And Blockerbuster has its seemingly better chances at rewards. We've already got an F2 of the Tiffany Stratton. We have pros of the... We've got pros of the toys present and the clothing present. I hate that they're all called either toys or clothing present when it's different things. But we've got pros of both of them. We've got an F2 of the Tiffany Stratton. And, you know, the chances of that are still like 20% and 20%, but Blocker Buster is more fun to play because you're doing something and it doesn't cost anywhere near 1900 credits to complete, and it's not just random. It's not just the game just says, oh, you win or you lose. You know, you've got things that you can do, you can think about it, you can work at it, you can put in effort, whereas Lights Out is just horrible. I would really implore anyone in W Supercard, and if anyone's watching this and you agree with me and you hate Lights Out, get this video shared. Make sure that someone from W Supercard takes notice and that they do away with Lights Out, because I hate it. It is horrible. Either reduce the cost of how much it costs to complete Lights Out, or Lights Out, I think it's got 50 spaces on it. Change it down to 35. You know, change it to being a lower number. Make it cheaper. Make it easier to complete. Give us like something that says, see, like Tomb Smasher. You know, like when you get something that's not the correct card, something that gives you some kind of hint as to where the correct cards are, rather than just, you know, it could be that one. You know, like there's no way of telling. There's no pattern. It's entirely random, and generally, in order to complete it, you do have to spend the full amount of money. So, yeah, it's horrible. Unfortunately, folks, I think that is going to be it for this little video. Later on, I will be doing a Saturday night main event watch party predictions video. I'll probably be doing it after SmackDown, so that's something to stay tuned for. And PCC will be starting at some point soon. I'm really interested to know who's going to win, whether it's going to be AJ Styles, whether it's going to be Ilya Dragunov. I'm going to be talking to people in my Discord server. I'm going to be talking to people in the WWE Supercard Discord server. I'm going to be talking to people in my comment section and just trying to gauge where people are. Currently, it seems to be fairly split 50-50 between AJ Styles and Ilya. I've seen more people saying that they want to go for AJ purely because he's retiring. I've also seen a lot of people say that they want Ilya because he's new. It's almost like a fight between the past and the future. They're both brand new titles. People have, you know, some people really like the US title, some people really like the tag division, some people really like AJ Styles for everything that he's done in his career, some people really like Ilya Dragunov because he's new and upcoming and he had such amazing matches, particularly in NXT and NXT UK against Gunter, or back then it was Walter. And, you know, there's so many different variables. I tried to keep it very nice and positive. I tried to put a big old Grand Cat, a lot of energy into these videos. And when it comes to Lights Out, it drains and it sucks that energy from me, and it makes me want to stop playing. It really does make me go, why am I doing this? It makes me question. And that's really something that WWE Supercard doesn't need from its players. So if you want to see Lights Out done away with, or at least made cheaper, at least made some way that it can be played properly, make sure this video gets a lot of views, make sure it gets shared around, make sure it gets a lot of comments. The likes, the comments, the sharing, they all help with the algorithm, they help push the video, and hopefully someone at W Supercard sees this and they take note, and hopefully we get an updated Lights Out, something that it's better in some way. I've given a few different suggestions myself. I'm just a big old cat on the internet. Maybe someone has a better suggestion. If you've got better suggestions on how to fix Lights Out and make it not suck as much as it currently does, please leave them in the comment section below, because I want to hear the opinions of all of you. I can't come up with all these solutions by myself. I'm just a cat on the internet. Perhaps the people at WWE Supercard have suggestions or they've got things they can implement, but a lot of the time, people at WWE Supercard, their hands are tied unless the players want something or demand something, and then the people that are the developers can then say, look, the people aren't happy with this, we should change it to be this. And then the people in charge will go, all right, if it makes them happy, if it keeps them spending money on the game, then let's make those changes. And the changes happen with us. The changes don't happen from the top, they happen from the bottom, and we need to make our voices heard. So, if you really don't like Lights Out the same way that I don't, please get this video seen by someone at WWE Supercard. With that said, folks, that is now going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.